Hey there, I'm Natalie and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Natalie. This is all about realigning to the centre view for the movement of Pilates and Barre. Today's session is working your back body. So the sessions that I tend to do are based on working your core, your back being a part of your core, your centre there. So we're going to be focusing really working your back body today. You're coming up to standing and you want to start with your feet nice and wide. Now, as you bring your feet nice and wide, you actually want your toes pointing forward. So it's not a wide second, think toes pointing forwards. And just stand upright for a moment. So keep your back upright, hands to hips or hands beside you. I want you to take deep inhales in through the nose. Exhale out from mouth to release. Take an inhale in. Exhale, release. Another deep inhale in. Exhale, release. Now from here, start to hinge forwards. If you have hands to hips or your hands to prayer, bend your right knee, so knees tracking forwards over your toes. We're going to a nice little speed skating here. Shift your weight from side to side, so moving side to side. Staying down nice and low, get those legs moving. It's a back body focus sequence today. So in terms of your back body here, we're thinking lengthening for the spine, working your back extensor muscles, and rather than looking directly down to the mat, you're almost on your chin to chest, think lengthen the gaze forward to keep that alignment for the spine there. So nice length for the back body as you move from side to side. You can keep your torso nice and straight like this. You might even want to rotate towards the end you're bending. If you add that rotation, you might like to open out your arms to get those arms moving as well. These are all options. You don't have to do any rotation at all. I'll leave that one up to you. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now from here, find your centre once more. Keep the legs moving from side to side, but keep the torso still here. So no rotation, hands to prayer or hands to hips. For 4, let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Now just find your centre. So come back to your centre. So both knees are slightly bent. If you have hands to prayer, or reach arms out in front of you, you take a drop and lift of your knees. The knees are going to stay bent. So no straight legs as you take your knees down, hold, up, hold. For a challenge, take your heels off the ground. Keep lengthening for the spine. So think length for the back body here. We go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Hold that bend in the knees. Your knees are pointing forwards as opposed to sides of the room. Lift your abdominals up. You're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the hips, heels down and lifted. And then come all the way out to stand and shove your feet in. Once your feet come in, come to the back of your mat. Rolling down to a plank. So from here, feet slightly separated, roughly hip distance. Not chin to chest. Roll down from your spine, walk yourself into a plank position, and a proper plank position, not here, but here. Pause once you're there, then from here, walk your hands back in towards you, and then come all the way up to stand. You can take your time, you need to go fast a bit. So chin to chest, roll down through your spine, bend knees, walk yourself out into a plank. A proper plank, so not bump lifted, but a nice straight line from head, hips to heels. Hold it there for a moment, and then bring your hands back in towards you. The next time you come into your plank, it is a plank hold. So if you get there, you're holding. So knock your chin to chest, roll down through the spine, bend knees. This time you find yourself in that plank for stillness. You can choose to have your knees and shins off the ground if you want the full plank hold, or knees and shins down if you want a modified plank hold. Doesn't matter which one you do, it's up to you. Fingers nice and widely spread. Sharp back of ears, lift your abdominals up. Inhale in through nose, exhale out through mouth to release. Inhale in, exhale release. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Into a full-on plank from your side plank. Move your left hand to your right elbow to open out to the right side of the room. So your right leg should be on top. Your hips take one lift, little drop. Little lift, little drop. So if you want to modify, you can have your underneath leg, left knee down, that's option 1. Option 2 is left leg is behind the right leg. Option 3, your right leg is on top, so take a lift and drop. You're taking it up, hold, down, hold. For 4, 3, 2, into rotation. You rotate down for 2 counts and then up for 2. So rotate down with the hips, and then release to lower. Just for 4, 3, 2, stay lifted on 1, hold in here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, into your forearm plank. Now changing sides, I'm just going to change my side so I can mirror you here. So change sides, you take your right hand to left elbow out to your left side of the room here. Your hips take a lift, 1 drop. So working your obliques most certainly play a role in your back body strength there. So lift up and down, you take that lift and lower. Don't forget you can modify your underneath knees, so you're writing down option 1. Option 2, right leg behind. Option 3, left leg on top. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Into rotation for your waistline, you rotate down for 2 counts, and then up for 2. Move that spine. Down for 2. Up for 2. We go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Hold your side plank nice and still for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into your forearm plank. You can have the knees up or the knees down to modify. You're staying for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Into a quick child's pose, toes together, knees either side of the mat, reach arms out in front, rest forehead down to ground. Once for a moment there, walk your hands back in towards you and then come to sit on your mat for your leg work, so thigh work for your back body also. Into your seated leg extensions. So you want to have your heels together and your toes apart. So you're in a V position, so your heels are together and your toes are apart. You have 2 choices for your hands. Option number 1, the original option, are your hands are behind you, so you've got bend in the elbows, your hands are behind you, fingers facing in towards your bottoms, in towards the rest of the body, and you're hinging back here slightly, shoulders back and down. This is your original option. Your modified option is to come into your forearms, so you're here. Now whether you're modified or full version, we're not sinking into shoulders, so lift the chest, shoulders back and down, you're like a slight hinge going backwards, heels together, toes apart, lift your right leg off the ground, you extend your rotation of the hips here. Right leg takes it in, lift up, drop down, 1 lift, 1 drop, 1 lift, 1 drop. Keep working that movement. As you lift the leg up and down, if your knees, either knee is pointing up to the ceiling, you've gone back to a parallel shape. We're in external rotation, so both knees are pointing out to the sides. Therefore, as you lift your right leg up and down, the knee is pointing outwards, not to ceiling. So the ceiling is parallel to sides external rotation. We want the external rotation with this one today. So make sure your knees, and that's both knees, the stationary leg and that's moving, are both pointing out to the sides. So you take 1, lift, 1 drop. You take 1, lift, 1 drop. Your back needs to be strong here to help you stay in position. So if you've got the hands here and the forearms here, we are not collapsing into chest. We are lifting chest and working the back body to lift up and down. We're going to feel it in the hip flex of the right thigh. If it feels too much, relax the foot. So go for a slight relaxed foot. Let's go for number 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Start to pulse your right leg up. You're lifting up and up. Navel to spine the whole time. Abs engage your strength in your back there. So again, if it's too much for hip flexor, as it is for me right now, relax your foot. A relaxed foot takes away intensity. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep that right leg lifted. Now flex the foot and point the toes. 1 flex, 1 point. Chest lifted, flex and point. Abs in, flex and point. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Flex the right foot. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. And have a shake out. So you really would feel it in your hip flexor on the front, the right side there, the front of the leg. But again, it's all that strength in the back, your back body flow. We go onto the other side. So you either go, again, hands behind you, or forearms down, up to you, but lift chest, shoulders up and down. Heels together, toes apart. Left leg comes off the ground. We take 1 lift, 1 drop. 1 lift, 1 drop. Remember, both your knees are pointing to the sides of the room, not to the ceiling. So hips open, external rotation as you take that lift and drop. Shoulders back and down. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift the left leg up. You take a lift and lift. So don't forget, it's too much for the hip flex to the front of the left leg, go over a lax foot. Just make it floppy to make it a bit nicer and easier. As you lift and lift, we think abs in, ribs in the whole time, so we're not collapsing into the back there. Let's go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Left leg stays up, you flex and point. You take a flexing foot, point of toes. 1 flex, 1 point. 1 flex, 1 point. Breathe the intensity of the hip flexor. For 4, 3, 2. Flex your left foot and stay still. Just another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and shake it out, shake it out. Okay, one more thigh exercise, which is great for your back body too. It's into a hinge. So now you come to kneel, nice and high, so knees underneath your hips, hands to hips. Think about pressing hips forwards and hinging back. So you're going to have a nice straight line hinge here. So you go from this straight line here to straight line here, hinge in, and keep that back nice and strong. We lift up and down with the back staying still. So it's not you doing like a hips drop and lift, it's not this. So the back should stay in one position as the hips. It's not this movement, it's just hinge back and forth. If you have anything going with the knees, don't go back so much, so just keep it small in its range. The further back you go, the harder it will be, so back and forth to range that suits you. You can keep your hands onto your hips, or reach your arms nice and long. The abdominals need to be engaged here, but we're thinking about working their back body here, and it's going to work your thighs regardless as you take one drop, one lift. So back body is working as you take it down, hold, up, hold. For 4, let's go for 3, let's go for 2, stay back on 1, little reaches up, little reach, little reach. Lots will come from your thighs and knees too, but the back is staying strong there. Shoulders back and down, abs fully engaged, reach and reach. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold back on 1, press the hips up, shoulders down, lean back till you feel comfortable that hinge. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Straight legs, take it into a stretch. Just step your left foot forwards. Framing your left foot with the fingertips, so come to past the fingertips of your both hands there. Tuck the right toes, lift the right kneecap, draw the right heel back, lift your chest and belly up. We're trying to deepen stretch on the right thigh, then breathe. Deep inhales and exhales, hold it here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, the right knee comes down to the ground. Release right toes out behind you. Now bring your left hand inside your left leg. If you don't have room to the side, you change your position on your box, on your mat, and take your left leg out to the left side into a thigh stretch. If you have the hands down, that's a slightly less intense stretch. If you go with forearms down, it's a more intense stretch. So if you need to change your position as and change where you're angled in the room, then just as you've got room to take your left leg out to the side and take a thigh stretch and breathe. Then from here, come back to your hands, with a left knee under your hip, step your right foot in between hands, so right knee's in line with your ankle. Tuck the left toes, lift your left kneecap off the ground, lift your belly off your thigh, draw the left heel back to deepen the hip flexor stretch on the left hand side, and hold it there and breathe. Keep inhales and exhales. Inhale, exhale, left knee down, with the right hand inside your right leg. Again, make sure you've got room to take your right leg out to side of you. So adjust yourself accordingly. If you keep the hands down for this intense stretch or wing, your forearms down for more intense stretch, then breathe. Deep inhales and exhales here. Then bringing the right knee underneath you, and we're staying down on the mat into an all fours position. Actually, before we do it, we're coming to your tricep dip. So actually come with your hands behind you first. Bring your feet in front of you onto the mat. So your hands are going to face in towards, fingers facing in towards you. Shoulders back and down, and you want to lift your bottom off the ground for tricep dips. So you're bending the elbows. You bend down for 2 and straighten up for 2. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale to extend here. It's not a hip dip, so it's not the hips going up and down. It's you bend the elbows and then straighten the arms. You bend and extend. If you need to modify, bum down and bend and extend from here instead. It's always an option you need it. So bend for 2 and up for 2. Inhale to bend, exhale to extend. We go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Straighten arms like a micro bend. You're pulsing down and down. So although you're working your triceps, your back needs to be strong here as you pulse and pulse into that movement. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold and bend the elbows. Bring your bum back towards your fingers if your bum's off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Into a quick tricep stretch. Take your right hand in between shoulder blades, left hand top elbow, draw the elbow back, hold it there and breathe. Release, change sides, left hand goes in between shoulder blades, right hand to the elbow, draw the elbow back, hold it there and breathe. And then release. So swing around into an all-forward position. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Make sure your fingers are nice and widely spread. Draw the shoulders back and down away from your ears here, so not sinking the shoulders and lifting them up to spine, so not sinking into your back either. Extending your right leg behind. Lift the right leg off the ground here. Pointing the right toes. You bend the right knee in and then you straighten out. Inhale to bend, exhale to, inhale to extend, one way, exhale to bend. Inhale to extend, exhale to bend. We want to keep the abs engaged and the back being nice and long here, no dipping. The dipping in the back is not good, it will cause more problems over time. So think strong abs to help strengthen into the back body there. You go for 4, you go for 3, you go for 2, bend your right knee crosses behind your left knee for 2 counts, and then up for 2. It goes behind for 2, and then up for 2. We're trying to make sure that we center the weight using our core strength here. So resist the urge to lean to the left hand side for any reason. You go for another 4, you go for 3, you go for 2. Right knee comes back up to a clamp. So open your right thigh out to the right side and you bring it in. As you open out to a clamp, you keep your right hip square to the ground. You're moving your thigh in the hip socket without moving the actual hip itself. So hip stays square as you work into the outer glute to open out for 2 and then in for 2. Just for 4, 3, 2, open right thigh out and lift that right thigh up. You're lifting up, wrap up and up. For challenge, maybe take your left arm out to side here. Just for final 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and release once you're done. Take that right knee behind your right wrist, leg it back into your left leg. Take a moment here to release into your right glutes and breathe. So as you have a moment in that glute stretch, we go into all fours on the other side. So knees under hips, hands under shoulders, fingers nice and widely spread. From here, we want to extend the left leg behind you, lift the left leg off the ground. Point the left toes, exhale to bend into the hamstring curl. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. Inhale to extend. So once more, we need to keep lifting the abdominals up. Back stays nice and long to avoid arching to back, shoulders drawing down away from the ears there. Let's go for another 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Bend the left knee to cross behind the right. It crosses behind for 2 and then up for 2. Exhale behind. Inhale to lift. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Into the left back clamps. Left knee lifts up. You open out for 2 to clamp and then in for 2. So again, you're moving your thigh in the hip socket. You're just keeping the hips nice and square. So the hip doesn't move itself. You're moving in the socket there. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Open out to that clamp and lift that left leg up. You're wrapping up and up. Keep abs engaged. Maybe for a challenge, take your right arm out to side there. You hold in 4. Get ready in 3. You hold in 2. Keep that left leg up and 1. You hold in there. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release right hand down. It's lifted. Left knee behind your left wrist. Left back into your right leg. And find a moment to stretch into that left glute there. And breathe deep. Inhales and exhales. And then once you have a moment there, you want to swing onto your left side, bring the right leg around, into your round back modifier. So your elbows come underneath your shoulders. You're tucking the tailbone slightly and legs come up into tabletop to extend one leg out. Right leg goes out and then it comes in. Left leg goes out and then it comes in. You want to keep the abs drawing down here. You want to keep your chest lifted, shoulders back and down. So again, your back body needs to be nice and strong as you straighten. Out for 2 and then in for 2 to work your abs. If you want to make it harder, both legs together, but both legs go to a diagonal upwards, so in line with the natural line of sight, then not down, go up for 2 and then in for 2. Make sure you're moving the legs in and out. So it's not this action, the knee going up and down, it's you moving from the hips and draw it back in. Keep the chest lifted, so you're not here, you're here, chest lifted, shoulders drawing back and down. Single leg easier, double leg harder, your choice there. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You can have both knees bent or both legs straight and hold it here. Keep your navel down to spine, keep your chest nice and lifted. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, hug the knees into your chest, squat from side to side, massage your back into the mat. And then we end with a little bit of a back extension here, so roll onto your right, flop your right onto your belly, legs together, actually legs slightly separated, a little bit apart, toes down, palms to thighs, press powers into mat, lift belly button off mat, just lift your head and chest, keep your toes down. Inhale, lengthen to lift, exhale to release. So we're really thinking about the length of the back body here, working your back extensor muscles. Inhale, lengthen to lift. Exhale, slow down. Keep your toes grounded. Inhale, lengthen to lift. Exhale to lower. Press your powers into the mat. Enter belly button off the mat. Keep it going. Just another 5, 4, 3, 2. Lengthen to lift up that last one. Maybe your toes float up and down by an inch no higher. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Hands beside you. Push up onto your knees, knees apart, toes together, into your child's pose. Take a moment to breathe there. Walk your hands back in towards you. Then from here, draw the arms, the palms to meet above your head. Index fingers, press your palms up to the ceiling. And let the shoulders roll all the way back and down. That is you all done today for your back, body, bar, flow. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Do give the video a thumbs up if you loved it, and then please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the bell in order to get notified each time I upload a video on a weekly basis. Until next time, have a great day and I'll see you again soon. Take care.